tome, right, that just came out with this update. Guess what you gotta do? Hook 3 survivors in a single trial. It doesn't say hook 3 different survivors. It says hook 3 survivors. Meaning 3 hook states is what they're talking about. So what did they do? They gave the longer stun duration on Decisive Strike again, right? And then they go and put an archive for killers to hook 3 survivors, not 3 different survivors, but hook 3 survivors. This is telling somebody in a single trial that you'll get 25,000 blood points and 8 rift fragments if you tunnel somebody out. But guess what? You're going to get punished for tunneling somebody out. This literally, they force you to think of the easiest way to do it. And what's the easiest way to hook a survivor 3 times in a single trial? Tunnel them out. This is what I'm talking about. This dev team perpetuates the bullshit between the two sides. They know what they're doing. They literally know what the fuck they're doing. They just fucking buffed DS again by giving it back its 5-second stun. Everybody's going to be abusing it now. You're going to get your locker stuns, you're going to get your flashbang, your head on, and your fucking DS triple combos again on YouTube. You're going to be seeing a lot more of those now. Just look it up in the last 12 hours or whatever since this friggin' update. I guarantee you're seeing an influx of those videos on YouTube right now. But this is what I'm talking about. And also, I've mentioned this in the video I just made about my thoughts of Decisive Strike. Read what that says right there. You have learned the emotional weakness of the organics and how to exploit them. Forced hesitation is a perk promoting slugging. And they literally are telling you that they know this upsets the survivors, because survivors will get in their emotions about being slugged. So they word it right there. You've learned the emotional weakness. Survivors get fucking in their feels about being slugged, and you now know how to exploit it by giving you a perk that promotes slugging. You know what else? Which I'm surprised they didn't follow through with forced hesitation being in the game. Ultimate weapon. They wanted to make it 32-meter terror radius, basically, around the locker that you use to trigger it. Guess what that would have done? My first thought is, if this is going to go through live, I know how I'm going to use this. I'm going to hook somebody, open up a locker for 30 seconds next to that hook, and I now have a fucking 32-meter radius of screams happening for the next 30 seconds, which is a half of a hook state, to proxy camp without even having to proxy camp, because as soon as they reach into that 32-meter terror radius of the locker, or the radius of the locker, I'm getting notified with a scream. I'm going right over there to the hook and I'm fucking chasing them down. That's what they wanted for this. That would have fucking promoted proxy camping. So yeah, that's kind of, you know, this is the devs. The devs are doing this. They're perpetuating the animosity between survivors and killers. What are they doing? Information perks, gen mechanic. You know, they did a global mechanic for us killers. You know what it was? Limiting our regression. limiting the amount of damage we can do to a generator so that way people could stop crying about 3 gens. Instead of the survivors getting good enough to know the layout of the map and look up at the sky, at the horizon to see where the lights are for the generators, they made it so now we can't kick a gen and regress it after so much damage has been done to it, which ultimately allows them to do the gens. If you're not killing everybody off before the gens all get done, you're doing enough regression to them where that's going to trigger, and you have no chance of keeping those from being done. What do they do globally for the survivors? Base kit borrowed time. They're thinking base kit unbreakable. You know, we've been for the last 3 years told, 3 years ago we were told that they were looking into doing base kit corruption, corrupt intervention. Never happened. You know what we got? We got a perk so that way we can actually break the boons. Instead of being able to do it base kit like they've been able to do to our hexes since day one. You know, Alien Instinct, that is a healthy perk. It shows the aura of the furthest injured survivor. It shows you a potential fresh down. Unless it's somebody you just unhooked and hooked their savior onto the hook and then they ran away to go heal. This could be like a double-edged sword. But, yeah, the way they wanted Ultimate Weapon would have promoted proxy camping. Forced hesitation, although now, right now, with the buff to DS, is a necessary evil. Because if they're going to come in for the save, if they're going to abuse perk builds, utilizing, oh, if they pick me up, I'm going to DS them 60 seconds later, then yes, force hesitation is going to be more used. You're going to have those boon builds. You're going to have all that shit. But my point of this video is I just uploaded a video prior to this talking about DS and how bullshit it is and what I think should be done about it. Go check that out. It should be uploading soon. But right now, this video is behavior is keeping animosity going between the two. The archive. Hook 3 survivors in a single trial. The easiest way to do that is to tunnel out a survivor. Sadly. Get the 3 hooks on the same survivor as soon as possible and get it done. And it's because they put it in the single trial and the fact that it's hook 3 survivors, not hook 3 different survivors. In other archive challenges, you'll have chase 4 separate survivors, or, you know, start a chase with 4 different survivors. Or actually, the one I saw was like 20 different survivors. It would have taken like 5 games. They will word it when they are expecting you to do it with individual survivors, not the same survivor. This is worded right here, and it has to be done in a single trial. It's not something that can be done in a couple of games. They just buffed DS. People are going to start using DS more. What are they doing? They're setting up the killers for fucking stress. They are setting the killers up to get DS'd because of this archive. Because, yes, the better way of doing it is 3 separate survivors, but the devs are leaving it open to the choice of the killers. And I'm going to tell you right now, the easiest way to do it is just tunnel out one person. You get your 3 hooks, you get your 25,000 blood points, and you get your 8 rift fragments, and you go on to your next challenge in your next game. And then, like I said, this promotes slugging. And they even word it. They know that it upsets the survivors. They word it right there. You have learned the emotional weakness. So, in other words, survivors get in their feels when you slug them. And you know how to exploit it. And then the way they wanted Ultimate Weapon, but they didn't, which I'm kind of glad they didn't, because I didn't want to have to use it, but it would have been beneficial. It would have kept pressure for 30 seconds. It would have kept them away from it, just like Starstruck keeps people away from you for 30 seconds because of exposed status. You know, the devs perpetuate the animosity between the two sides.